Hi, and welcome to another Tackle It Tuesday. So what we're going to be doing today is using the Romantic Junk Journal Notebook Kit from my shop to create something a little bit different. Yeah, I know that most people would typically just use the kit to create stuff like journals and planners and notebooks, but we're going to do something a little bit different today. And I wanted to do this to show you just how versatile PLR can be, and that it's okay to think outside of the box. So what are we going to be creating? Greeting cards. I thought that would be appropriate because it's my birthday this week. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I already have Canva open over here, and I am going to use my greeting card template that I've created, and this is for 5x7 cards. So I'm going to click on this. Okay, so the first thing I am going to do is to make a copy of this because I don't want to accidentally overwrite the template. So let's do that. All right, I'm going to close out the original, and let's change the name to, for the sake of this video, July greeting cards. All right, and I'm just get rid of this. All right, so this little template that I made, it has like 4 different cards on here, and one has a frame. That's so that I can easily drag and drop designs that I've already created that I'm not going to be creating by scratch, which is what I'm doing today. Not really by scratch because I'm using PLR. So I have already uploaded the designs from the Romantic Junk Journal template kit. So I am going to choose one now to use for the front of my card. All right. I think I'm going to use this purple one. I like this one. So let's put that over here. Now it doesn't quite fit, so I'm going to stretch it out. All right, till it clicks in place, and I can move this side to side depending on what I want to show up in this template. But I like the little flower over here, so I'm just going to pull this in until it snaps to the template. And this is what is going to be the front of my card. Now these little blue boxes back here, they just make it easy for me to visually see what is the front and what is the back of the card. See, the white part is the front and the blue is the back. So what I'm going to do now that I have the front of the card created, I am just going to delete this little box. And now what I want to do is give my greeting card a title. I think I am going to title it A Birthday Wish for You. So now what I need to do is grab some text. So let's go over here and we're going to grab text. I'm going to add a heading, and the first line is going to say a birthday wish. A birthday wish. All right. Now I don't want to use this particular font, so I'm going to click up here and find a font that I want to use, and I wanted something a little fancier for this particular card. And this Brittany will work well. It's something that I've recently used, but I think this will work well for this card, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on it. All right, so you see it changed the font. Now it is a little bit too large, so I'm going to bring it in some. And then I'm going to drag it over here. I think I'll make it a little bit smaller there. All right. So now you can see that's kind of hard to see, but we're going to fix that in just a minute. Now let's go ahead and duplicate this. And I'm just going to double click on that and type for you. All right. So now let's move this up under here like this. Now I want to change the color of this because I don't want it to be black. I want it to match more of the color theme of the actual design that we're using here. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to click on the text color. And as you can see, what Canva does is it brings up the photo color. So these are things that will be complementary to the photo that you're using. And what I am going to do is choose something a little darker, but that complements this. And I think I'm going to use this one. So that, and it asks me down here, do I want to change all? And I only have a couple of things here. And yes, I do want to change all of my black my black text to this particular color. So I'm going to click change all. All right. So now that's there. And like I said, it's a little difficult to see, but let's fix that. Let's go over to elements. And what I like to do is to sometimes come over here. Let's search for a white watercolor splash. There it is. It showed up. I've searched for it before. So let's click that and see what comes up. And then I'm going to go into graphics and click see all. All right. So these with the little crowns on them, these are for Canva Pro users. And I am a Canva Pro user because I like having all the functionality of Canva, and Canva is just getting better and better. So, and it's not really expensive. So I am a Canva Pro user, but you can find something that is free to use if you don't have Canva Pro. The easiest way to do that, if you just want to use some free elements, is to go up here and click these three little lines. And then we're gonna filter it out just for the free ones. And we don't want anything animated, so click static as well. And that will show you all of the free elements. Now they do have different splashes down here. I don't know if they have any white ones under here. They probably do, but I'm not going to search through all of them. Something like this would work because it's gray. But what I am going to do is actually go back and have it pull up all the white ones like I asked for. Now I'm looking for something that will kind of fit behind this text. Let me click on a couple of ones. I don't necessarily like that, so I'm going to delete it. Okay, let's see. Something like this might work well. It has sort of a look that I like. So I'm going to pull it in and I wanted the whole thing to fit, and I want it to fit behind the text there. So, okay. So that fits well, but I don't want this to be so stark white, or up here it says it's like a very light pink color. And that works well for this too, because lavenders and pinks work well, but I am going to click on the transparency and bring that down so it kind of meshes in with the design that I've already put there, and that you can see, and you can still see the text. So there. So now we have it so that this is visible and you can see the text. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to work on the back of this card. So let me go over here back to my uploads, because this is what I like to do. If I'm doing a card, I'm going to put my logo on it, and I'm going to use my logo for the PLR store here. I'm going to take out the background. And so now I've taken out the background. I'm going to adjust it down a bit, and I'll adjust this more. But let's put a little bit of text here. So I'm going to click text, and I am going to click add a little bit of body text. I'm going to click, well, I'm going to type, let's see, created by weekly PLR content. All right. So as you can see, it has that same purplish color that we use for the front text, but we're going to change that in just a second because I want it to match the logo text since it's going to be on the back of the card. So first thing I'm going to do is make this smaller, like size 12 or so. So that's kind of small and it's hard to see. So let me zoom in some. All right. And I don't think I want to use this particular font either, but let's go ahead and change the color of it first. So I'm going to click over here to text color, and I'm going to choose the text colors from my brand kit right here. So that makes it match the logo there. The next thing I'm going to do is duplicate this, and I'm going to put a 2025 because I'm going to put a copyright symbol next to this. So let's go over to elements and let's search for a copyright symbol. And I've searched for that before, so it's already showing up. So I'm just going to click on it, click see all, and they have a range of free ones and pro ones, but I am going to use, let's see. I think I like this one, so I'm going to use this one. Of course, it's too large and I need to change the color. So we're going to click the color and go back over here and choose the color from the brand kit, and I'm going to bring this all the way down there until it fits next to that. All right, so now I have this created, but I don't necessarily like the font that I have. All right, so I'm going to change this font. Go over here and I'm going to choose Poppins. I like Poppins. So, and I'm going to make this Poppins as well so it matches. So now we have the font and we have the back of the card, and I'm actually going to bring the logo down just a little bit. Let's zoom out so we can see what it looks like. And I think the logo is still too large, so I'm going to zoom down even more so I can see what the perspective is. And these things, I'm going to bring those down as well. All right, let's make that a 10, and let's make this a 10. Let's see. Okay. So now the perspective is a little bit better. I'm going to zoom back in and straighten these up where I want them. All right. All right, there we go. Let's bring this down some. And let's bring the logo down some. All right. Move the copyright symbol over a little bit, and let's zoom back out. Okay, so I think that looks pretty nice right now. Now this right here is actually, the frame for the template isn't actually like a rectangular box. And right now you can see I don't have a color in it, but I want to use something other than this white color for the color of the back of the card. So what I'm going to do is go over here and choose a color. And I like this light purple color here, but it's too dark. So what I'm going to do is go over here and I am going to make it lighter. So it's very, very light purple. That's a little bit too light. Let's see if we can get it right. All right, so I do like that. I like this color. So there you have the front of the card and the back of the card completed. Now what we need to do next is to actually come up with a greeting for the inside of the card. And this is where we're going to use our AI. And I'm going to use one of the more popular ones. I'm going to just use ChatGPT. So I'm going to pull this up, and then we're going to go over here to ChatGPT. All right. So now I am at ChatGPT. So let's go ahead and see if we can create a birthday greeting. So let's tell ChatGPT what we're going to do. Creating a birthday card and need help with a, we're going to say heartfelt. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Heartfelt birthday poem. All right. Please help. All right. All right, let's see what it comes up with. Oh, this one says a birthday wish from the heart. All right, let's see. It says, today's your day to laugh and shine, to celebrate this life of mine. That's better simply 'cause you're near, bringing joy year after year. With every smile, with every grace, you light the world, you warm this place. Through highs and lows, you always stay, a guiding light along the way. So here's to you, your dreams, your cheer, to love that grows with every year. May laughter fill your heart with glee, today, tomorrow, endlessly. Okay, I like that. So we're going to use that. Now, if you didn't like it, you can tell it, hey, I don't like that. Can you give me something else? But this is okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. So let's go back over here to our greeting card. So now we come down to the second page, and this is the inside of our card. This is the part, the white part is over here where the greeting is going to be, and this is just the little left-hand side that folds in here. So let's go ahead and go to text, and let's type a little bit of text. And I copied the greeting from over here. I highlighted it and copied it. So now I'm just going to click in this box and I'm going to paste my text. All right. So as you can see, this is like way too large and the stanzas are together. So let's separate the stanzas first. And then we're going to make this like a size, let's say 13. That's a good size to see. Yep, that is nice. All right, so I can see that, you know, It's not too small. I'm going to put it about right here because at the bottom I think I am going to write happy birthday. So let's go up here and I am going to copy this. All right, just duplicate it and then we're going to drag it down to the next one. And I am going to change the wording to say happy birthday. All right. Now, since I use Poppins on the back, I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to change the font to Poppins here as well. There. All right, so now I want to have the writing be the same color as the writing from the front of the card. So I'm just going to go over here and select the color, and this is the color that we used from the image. So, and I think that looks pretty nice there. But let's jazz it up just a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this blue box right here. Delete that. And let's look for like a purple watercolor flower. All right, so there. I must have searched for that at some time because it popped up. Now, let's look at the graphics. I'm going to click See All and see if there's anything that I like in here. Let's see. Go back up. All right, okay. I like this. So I'm going to click on this. And of course that's too large, but what I'm going to do is make it small and put it over here in the corner just so that it's not so stark white. So let's look at the card we've created so far. Here we have a birthday wish for you, and we've used one of the designs from the Romantic Junk Journal template kit. And inside we've created a greeting. We've used AI to help us create a greeting over here and a happy birthday. And you see, you don't necessarily have to use PLR the way that it says to use it in a kit. Sometimes you can just think outside of the box and come up with your own little designs using this stuff. You can take stuff from other PLR and combine it together and to make stuff totally your own. Well, that's it for today. So I hope this has helped you think about the different things that you might want to create with your PLR, and it give you some ideas as far as like thinking outside of the box when you're doing stuff like this. And if you enjoyed today's video, I'd love if you think about subscribing or commenting below for me. And that's pretty much it for today. So I'll see you on the next Tackle It Tuesday.